Hi, I'm Brooklyn with Elevate Advisors. This is your weekly video tip on how to secure the future of your family and your financial advisory firm. Today I'm going to tell you the tale of two advisors. The moral of the story is why you should always be prepared to sell your advisory firm to the right buyer at the right price. I was facilitating a conversation about succession planning between several advisors, and one advisor, for the sake of the story, we'll call her Ready Rhonda. She started sharing about her succession plan. About 5 or 10 years ago, was working in her advisory firm. She had built from the ground up, and she had found the perfect buyer. The buyer had been with her for several years, gotten to know all of her clients. It was a great fit. And the buyer came to her one day and said, "Rhonda, I just feel like I'm ready to buy the firm sooner than we talked about. Would you be open to that?" And Rhonda had another 5 or 10 years left in her career. She didn't personally feel like she was ready to retire. But she said, "You know what? You're ready. My clients are ready. The business is ready. Let's do this." So she went ahead and sold, and she took an early retirement, and Rhonda found so much personal and professional fulfillment in a second stage of her career. But don't forget, this is a story of two advisors. The second advisor, we'll just call him Prideful Paul. He had a very similar situation. He had found the perfect buyer. They had been together for several years. The clients loved the buyer, and the business was ready to transition. But when the buyer came to Paul and said, "Hey, I think I'm ready to buy you out. Could we talk about moving the timeline forward a little bit?" Paul actually said, "No. I am the owner of this advisory firm. It's my prerogative as the owner that if I'm not ready, that I don't have to retire if I don't want to." So after they had that conversation, the buyer left, transitioned out of the firm, and now 5 or 10 years later, Paul is sitting there in his firm with older clients, no buyer, and he's being forced into trying to do an external sale to someone that he and his clients don't know or trust. And it's not the outcome that he would have wanted. He's having a lot of feelings of regret, actually. And when I heard this story, I felt like it was so important to tell the story of Rhonda about why it's important to be ready so that you can take advantage of the right seller at the right time. It is highly unlikely that the stars will align and that your buyer, your business, and you will all be ready for the succession plan at the same time. So you want to be the hero of your story and always be prepared. For more information on this topic, check out our blog at elevateadvisors.com. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I'll see you next week.